Hi besties and welcome back to my channel. It is of course that time of the month again where I get to choose my TBR for the month of February. How this works is I have a bunch of folded up prompts in this jar which lets me go through my entire selection of books and just randomly choose a book out. You'll get the gist once we start going, and it's just really good for kind of giving me a refresher of what's actually on my shelves and also kind of coaxing me to read some books that I might have forgotten about. Speaking of my shelves, how beautiful are they? We spent last week's video reorganizing them, and when I tell you I've been sat on my bed just admiring them. Let's get started. I have put a couple of new prompts in just to keep things spicy, keep things fresh. There's a new randomly generated prompt in there which has somehow become a little bit of a tradition in these videos. I don't quite know how because it is totally random, but we always seem to get one. So first prompt, I will be choosing 8 because that's just a nice little number. I don't necessarily always read 8, but it's a nice number. So first one, this one. A book with a real person on the cover. I wrote this prompt with a very specific book in mind. Oh, wait. The book sitting right beside me has a real person on the cover. So I'm currently reading, I was going to mention this before, but I forgot about it. So I'm currently reading Welcome to the Dark Side by Diana Darling. This, quite clearly, real man. I'm about like 100 pages into this book. I'm quite enjoying it. I was a little bit hesitant about the massive age gap, but I'm currently reading this one. So I feel like we can't really include it. However, I could include the next in the series, whatever that is. I don't know which one's next. Is it good, gone, bad? No idea. Let's keep browsing. I'll show you the book that I had in mind when I wrote this prompt. So before I show you this book, I recently read The Frat Boy by Nikki Sloan and I adore that book. I love it so much. It was just unlike anything I've ever read. It's like about two, how do I say this in a YouTube friendly manner? It's about two adult content creators and it was just like such a fun ride. Anyway, so after I finished that book, I ordered the rest of her Nashville Neighborhood series, and the only other book in that series with a real person on the cover, well the only one with a real person on the cover, is The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloan. This is book number 2. If I do choose this book, I will be reading the series out of order, but I don't think it really matters. But quite clearly, real person on the cover. I will browse the rest of my shelves. If I'm being totally honest, I don't really think I have any other covers with people on them because I don't like people covers. I only buy them if I have no other option. Oh, I do have Binding 13 with like the old covers with people at the top. Do they count? I don't. This book is scary. And I think it was on my TBR last month and I'm just not. It's terrifying. We have Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This one actually I could read. Oh, how am I feeling? Do I want an emotional sports romance? I really want to, in 2024, try and read some more books from Black authors. And I really just want to recommend like more books from different authors from different cultural backgrounds and just like backgrounds in general. So this one could be a fun one. I do know that it's quite traumatic though. What do I read it? Oh my god, it's a basketball romance. I came into this intending to read The Pool Boy and this one's just like calling to me. It's like whispering in my ear. I think I'm gonna pick this one. Hello, that was like a total 180 from what I was originally planning to read. I'll probably still continue the Nashville Neighborhood series this month, but I might start with The Doctor instead. I think we're gonna choose Long Shot. This is a NBA romance. I believe it has some themes of like domestic violence or emotional manipulation. I'm not quite sure. Is there a trigger warning page? Oh, does this one have like some cheating in it? It is forbidden, so like could do. You know what? I'm actually gonna choose this one. This one sounds very good. I think I might pick this one up after I finish Welcome to the Dark Side. Okay, I've been convinced. I'm gonna read this one. Book number 2. I really hope Long Shot is good. This one. A book by an author you've never read from before. I've never read Nikki Sloan. A book by an author I've never read from before. Literally all of those authors I've read from, I've seen a book and I want to read this book for a reading vlog. I think we're gonna do it. I'll get it down. So I purchased this book last month with the intention of reading it for a vlog. I don't know when this vlog is coming, but I want to do it. So for a book by an author that I've never read from before, I have owned books by this author previously, but I've never actually read anything from her. This is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I am very late to the hype train on this book. I just think it's so interesting. I'm not necessarily excited about the story. I am more excited about the way it's like portrayed, with the fact that it's like interview styles. I don't know if there's like newspaper excerpts at all, but would you call it mixed media? I don't know. I just love the idea that it's told not as a traditional story. And I have heard the audiobook is fantastic, but I'm not spending that much money for an audiobook, so I think I'm probably gonna read it myself. But I can like make up little voices in my head, that's fine. You know what, that was a really easy choice. I am indeed gonna read this one. I don't actually know a whole lot about what it's about. I know it's about a band, but I've never listened to the album on Spotify, and I have honestly just never paid much attention to it. And the fact that it's set in the like 70s, early 80s is so intriguing to me as well, because I've read literally one book set in the 70s and I fell head over heels with that book. So to like get to go back to that and probably have a more accurate description, because I read this book on Wattpad. I'm just so excited to read it. I'm very excited to experience it. I just think it's gonna be fantastic, and who knows, Taylor might become one of my new favorite authors. I am also very intrigued by Carrie Soto. I'm gonna put this one on the TBR. Moving on to our third prompt. I really want to get a Nikki Sloan book, just so I have an excuse, you know? Okay, let's do this. Please be good, please be good. Oh my god. So I didn't realize I had this prompt in here, but it says one person on the cover. Can we do that? That's like exactly the same as the first one. It could be interpreted as a cartoon cover though, right? The Poor Boy isn't even the one that I want to read the most. The one that I want to read the most is The Good Girl by her, but you gotta start somewhere. I haven't even read The Doctor, but anyway, one person on the cover. I'm gonna read The Poor Boy by Nikki Sloan. I wanted my excuse, and the TBR gods said, here you go. Be happy this month. So The Poor Boy by Nikki Sloan is going on my TBR. I genuinely did not even realize I had that prompt in there. I thought I took it out. Anyway, we have 2 people prompts on the TBR. Prompt number 4. I don't have to be worried about not getting a Nikki book now. A book starting with a random letter. What did I tell you? We always get a prompt for a random generator. So I'm gonna grab my computer and we're gonna go to a random generator website. There's a wheel. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, it's got sound effects. We got Y. I feel like we've had Y before and I didn't have anything for it. Do I have like you, your, something? You, yellow? We might have an issue. We're gonna have to repick for the letter. I'm very sorry, random generator, but you got it wrong. Let's spin again. Get the sound effects again. E. I, once again, think we might have an issue. W. Gee, thanks. I don't like this random generator website. W. Come on. I've got to have something, right? What? I was gonna say wildfire, but I've read it. W. Should we do another sports romance? Let me keep looking, but it might be my only option. Okay, we have one option. So our randomly generated letter after much trial and error is W, and the only book that I own starting with W is Watch Your Mouth by Candy Steiner. I have tried reading this one before. I only got like 20 pages in. I got like past the first chapter and that was it. But I think this month might be this book's month. I'm very much willing to give this book another go. I feel like I'm just like in a forgiving mood at the moment. I don't know, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one. It is Brother's Best Friend, and I love a brother's best friend. Oh, just the drama, the forbiddenness, the tension, the sneaking around. Ooh. However, this book is like a road trip kind of book, which is not my favorite, but I am definitely looking forward to reading it. I do need to read it because the next one in this series has like spicy lessons, so I need to get to that book. Like when it releases, I need to be on that shit. Like I need to be prepared for that book. So we've got to get this one off my TBR. Hopefully I end up loving it in the process. This one follows the sister of the first book's main male character, and she is just having a little bit of a rough time. I'm pretty sure she just broke up with her boyfriend. She's just gone through it. So the brother's best friend decides to swoop in and take her away, steal her away, try and get her mind off things, takes her on a road trip. They do have a little bit of chemistry. I know that from the first chapter. They're like all over each other, but they can't be because like the brother's right there because it is a hockey romance. So naturally the brother is like all up in their business. Not even. It's just, they're just like in the same proximity because they're on the same team. Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to trying this one again. Also hoping that I enjoy this one a little bit more than the first one. But yeah, I am gonna put this one on my TBR. Book number 5. This one. Oh, a blue book. We love a simple little prompt like that. So no point looking over there because that, I was gonna say that's all black and white. Does this count as blue? Would you say that's blue or grey? I think when you compare it to like a blue book, does that come across as grey? This is the first book in the Nashville Neighborhood series, which is why I'm like trying to read it, by the way. I'd say there's a blue hue, a blue tint. The stethoscope is probably black. I was gonna say it's blue, but it's probably definitely black just with some blue lighting. So quite clearly blue books. We have The Runaways, front and center. We also have Unravel Me. Someone commented telling me that they really enjoyed this book, so I'm like a little bit tempted to pick it up now, but it's also a hockey romance and I already have a hockey romance and an NBA romance. I'm looking at Unravel Me. You guys, I've had some character development. I've spent the past like 2 TBR videos saying I don't want to read this book. I think I'm gonna do it. I just want like a fun, silly, goofy, little cute read. I'm pretty sure it's single parent. I love a single parent. I really do. I think it's single mum because I'm pretty sure Adam doesn't have a kid, and he's a goalie. I'm pretty sure Adam is like a little cutie, quiet man. Oh my god, it's like a really cute meet cute. Okay, I'm gonna read it. We've had some character development. I've changed my mind on this book. You guys will be so proud of me. I'm gonna do it. Okay, it's going on the TBR. We're doing it. I'm actually, the way I'm like excited for that book now. I flip-flop between being so excited and like not wanting to read books, which is why these videos are so good for me because they like reinvigorate my passion for certain books like that one. Oh my god, okay, I'm actually excited. Let's get the next prompt. Is that 2? This is like the third prompt. The third, like, you know how men come in font types? Like Henry Cavill and Chris Evans are the same man, just different fonts. This is the same prompt, just different font. It says a book with a photo on the cover. I think I'm gonna veto this prompt because it's so similar to the other 2. Please don't hate me for that. Don't come at me. It's just silly, goofy little TBR game. I'm gonna veto that one because it's too similar to the other 2 that we've just had. A book with controversial reviews. Oh, this is interesting. Has the Doctor received any controversial reviews? I'm gonna have to break out Goodreads for this prompt, I think. First and foremost, I'm gonna look up The Doctor by Nikki Sloan and see how controversial the reviews are because I have a feeling being the first in the book, it could have some controversial reviews. And I don't know, even though I've read the 4th book in that series, I want to read the rest of them in order. Oh, it has a bad average rating. So she has an average rating of 3.47. I feel like I've only heard rave reviews about this book though, and like this series. So I'm like, is that controversial? That warrants controversial reviews, right? Let's actually read some and find out. All of my, I was about to say all of my friends have liked it, but actually no, they haven't. I'm gonna put this review up on the screen. There's a certain aspect of it that is making me want to read this book, and it's not the fact that he's a doctor. I think we've conducted enough research to determine that The Doctor by Nikki Sloan is controversial in its reviews. So I'm gonna put this on the TBR. Yes, I'm working the system a little bit, but let a girl live. I want to read this book. I need an excuse. Well, I don't, but... And it also means that I can go book 1, book 2. What is this? Number 7. This video is going kind of quick. A book that is intimidating. This is one of the prompts that I added today. And I feel like because I mentioned this book earlier, I said this book was literally intimidating. I really want to read this series, but not right now. Does he have a man bun? Sorry, what? I'm talking about Binding 13 because at the beginning of this video, I said this book was intimidating, but... I'm not reading this book. Nah. I know Johnny doesn't have a man bun, but that's just icked me out so much. I don't even mind a man bun on a man, but that's not a good one. It's giving, what's his name from Ginny and Georgia? I've like barely watched that show, but it's giving him, the one that like sung and danced in the school in their hallways. It's giving him and I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna choose a different book. What was the prompt? A book that is intimidating. Sorry, I just got the ick so bad. A book that is intimidating. I feel like immediately I'm going to Mariana Zapata. The Wall of Winnipeg is probably her most intimidating book. I'm horrified of that book. I'm so scared to read it. Like I know I'm gonna love it, but it's terrifying. I also do have like 3 sports romances on here already though. So maybe I could do a different Mariana as a Powder book. I feel like that's kind of the only actual book I'm like intimidated by, except for Mr. Man Bun. I do genuinely want to read that series, just to be clear. I'm just like not really feeling it right now. And the fact he's a man bun, it's not even that. No, that one's bad. I think we're gonna do a Mariel as a Powder book because the rest of my books seem pretty vibey. I'm not really intimidated by any of them. The only other Mazza book that I've not read other than The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, because I don't want another sports romance, is, wait for it, this. It does have some sports aspects because I'm pretty sure the male main character, the male love interest, is a baseball coach for the two little boys in this book. So I'm pretty sure she like takes on her nephews after her brother dies, and they are like on the baseball team or whatever in the community, and he's their baseball coach. And I also believe he's her neighbor. I don't particularly know much beyond the tropes of this book, but I have heard that it's quite sweet. It's a lot of people's favorite. I think I'm gonna read this one. She's a commitment. Like, it's gonna take me a hot minute to read this book, but I feel like once I get in the groove of Mariel as a Powder's books, they like just fly by. I love her writing style. I think I'm gonna be a little bit silly goofy and put this one on my TBR. She's getting a bit thick, but like The Doctor and the Poor Boy are quick reads, so it's balance. Okay, our 8th and final book. Please be a good one. Is that 2 prompts? It is indeed. Okay, 1. A book that was gifted to you. Okay, cute. I have a few that I can choose from. I can do like some Christmas books, or I can do some books that have been sent to me off my wish list. So I have all my Christmas books. So I've got Angel's Blood, Lonely Castle in the Mirror, and The Sunday Girl. We could do Steel King by Devney Perry. What book am I realistically gonna get to? Do I want to switch up the genres in here? Because there's a lot of romance. Not even any dark romance, really. It's all pretty much contemporary romance. Should I go for a vampire romance? My sister also did recently reread it, the one that gifted it to me. So I'm like, it's fresh in her mind for when I rant at her about it. You guys, it's very tempting. I think I'm gonna do it. This is Angel's Blood by Nalia Singh. I believe I'm pronouncing that right, not quite sure. But this is a vampire romance between the vampire and I believe it's a vampire hunter. Oh my god, she's the vampire hunter. Wait, that's actually such a slay. It could just be a little bit of a like trashy read in the sense that Ice Planet Barbarians is trashy, but I'm intrigued. I want to read it, and the fact that she's the vampire hunter just like makes it so much hotter. I think I'm gonna put this one on my TBR. I feel like this one's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but if I love it, you best believe it's going on your TBR because it'll be such like a good recommendation. Let me know if you've read it. I would love to hear your thoughts, but I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do a quick little recap of my TBR for this month. So first and foremost, my current read is Welcome to the Dark Side by Gianna Darling. Then we have, for the prompt of a book that was gifted to you, I chose Angel's Blood. Then we have a book that is intimidating and I chose Wait for It by Mariel Zapata. For the prompt of a book with controversial reviews, I weaseled my way into reading The Doctor by Nikki Sloan. For the prompt of a blue book, I am gonna finally pick up Unravel Me by Becca Mack. For the prompt of a book starting with a random letter, I picked up Watch Your Mouth because we had W as our random letter. For the prompt of one person on the cover, I chose to pick up The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloan. For the prompt of a book by an author that I have never read from before, I'm going to be picking up Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And finally, for a book with a real person on the cover, this little accidental double up, I'm going to be reading Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. And there we have my entire February TBR. She's a little bit of a big one, but I am taking full advantage of my last month of university holidays. Hopefully I get through a good few of these books. Looking at them, I'm actually quite excited to read the majority, to be honest. I'm actually really intrigued by Unravel Me. I'm very excited to actually try and read that one. So all of my like prior doubt has just like gone out the window and I'm excited to read it. But yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching today's video. I feel like it was a little bit of a chaotic one, but we had fun nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe because I would love to have you here. Come and join my little book gang. That was really cringe. Please ignore me. My Bookstagram and Goodreads are also always linked in the description if you want to check them out. Keep up with what I'm reading. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm always active on my Instagram. Well, I'm active in the DMs. I don't post much. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!